Topic 3.9, Order of Operations with Fractions. Suppose you had to answer this skill testing question to win a contest. What answer would you give? 5 plus 20 times 2 minus 36 divided by 9. Explain the strategy you used. Well, you might recall that whenever you have multiple operations, there is a special order that you need to solve them with. Okay? And that order is called the order of operations. So, the order of operations can be abbreviated as BEDMAS. B stands for brackets, which just means you solve any operations inside brackets first. E stands for exponents, which means you solve any exponents second. D and M are grouped together. D is division, M is multiplication, and they are solved from left to right. And addition and subtraction are the same, so they're solved left and right. Left to right, rather. So this problem should be solved like this. Multiplication will come first, then division, so we're going to multiply and divide left to right. Then we're going to add, and then we're going to subtract. So that's the way, that's the order we should be using to solve this problem accurately. Let's try a few examples. 1/3 times 7/8 minus 3/4. The subtraction inside the brackets is going to come first. B for BEDMAS is brackets, so any operations in brackets come first. And the multiplication is going to be second. So now you can actually do each of these steps. 7/8 minus 3/4, this is what comes first. And in order to subtract, I need common denominators. So 7/8 minus, if I just double this, then it is going to be common with 8. So I can put that over 8, multiply the 3 by 2, which is what I needed to do to the 4 to get 8, and then I can simply subtract. So 1/8. Now I can do the second step, which is multiplication. 1/3 times the value in brackets, which is 1/8. And we can multiply straight across. 1 over 24. How about the next one? 5/9 plus 2/3 times 1/2. Well, according to BEDMAS, multiplication comes first, and addition would be second. So let's write out those steps. We'll multiply first. 2/3 times 1/2. Okay, that would be 2 over 6. And we can actually simplify that to 1/3. All right, and the second step was 5/9 plus this value here. Okay, because multiplication came first. We calculated that to be 1/3. So 5/9 plus 1/3. Now again, when you're adding, we need common denominators. 3 is exactly 1/3 of 9. So we can multiply this by 3 to make this a common denominator. All right? So 5/9 plus 3 over 9. Right? 1/3 and 3 over 9, they are equivalent fractions. Now we can actually just add. So 8 over 9, or 8/9. And finally, number 3, which is a more challenging question. 4 times 3/4 minus 1/2 plus 13/6 times 1/2. Now, it's always helpful to just number the operations in the order you're going to solve them, and then you can just do each one. So, according to BEDMAS, brackets always come first, so let's number that, number 1. There are no exponents, so division and multiplication will come next from left to right. And that will be followed by addition and subtraction. But there are no other subtraction operations other than the first one that's in brackets. And now we just have to solve each one of those parts. So let's start with number 1. 3/4 minus 1/2. Whenever you're subtracting or adding, you need common denominators. Don't forget that. So 3/4 minus 1/2. This 2 is actually half of 4. So if we just double this or multiply it by 2, we get 4, which makes these common. And half of 4 is 2. So this and this, they are equivalent fractions. 3/4 minus 2/4 is equal to 1/4. Step number 2. 4 times the value in the brackets. So 4 times the value in the brackets, which we calculated to be 1/4. 4 times 1/4 is 4 over 1 times 1 over 4, which is 4 over 4, which can be simplified to 1 whole. The third step was to multiply the 13/6 by this 1/2. So let's do that. Third step, 13/6 times 1/2. This would be 13 over 12. And finally, step 4. Step 4 tells us to add this value with this value. This value we got in step 2, and this value in step 3. So we're going to take this and this, we'll add them together for step 4. 1 plus 13 over 12. Now the number 1 can be easily put over 12 like this. 12 over 12 is 1 whole. And then we're going to add 13/12 to that to get 25/12. And then we can simplify to 2, because 2 12s make 24, and 1/12 to bring us to 25. So the answer to that problem is 2 and 1/12.